Mr. Russell Hudson.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a great dinner break, and I hope I don't pass out from the smoke in this little building now. Anyway, excited to be back with you guys. So a couple of things really quick before we get started. It would mean the world to me tonight after we're done if you guys all jump into the Facebook group and just drop in your biggest takeaway. I'm going to go home tonight and spend some time reading through those, but try to deliver a ton of amazing things today for you. And hopefully you've had some big ahas. How many of you guys have had an aha or 2 or 3 or 10 today? Yeah. It would mean the world to me if tonight you go in the Facebook group and just say, hey, my biggest takeaway was this, or these are my 3 biggest takeaways, or whatever that was. That means so much to me as I'm reading through them. I got a lot of work to do tonight for tomorrow's presentations. And so more of that kind of stuff, it fuels me, gets me pumped, it gets me excited. So if you can do that for me, that would mean the world to me. So with that said, we're going to move now to the last session, the bonus session for tonight. And we are going to be moving into a concept called challenge funnels. And this is one that I'm really excited for because this is one of the funnel types that was newer to me. I've been doing this game for, 18 years now. So I had a chance to see most different types of funnels. And when the challenge funnels became something that we started using, it changed everything for ClickFunnels. So I'll kind of walk through that here in a second. But I want to show you guys again where this kind of fits into the grand scheme of things of all the foundation stuff that we laid today. Okay, so we come back here to the value ladder. The second tier here are the unboxing funnels, right? Earlier we talked about a book funnel versus a cart funnel. Those are the 2 traditional funnels that happen at this level. But the third one we added, because it's been such a huge success for us, is number 3 here, which is the challenge funnel, okay? So how many of you guys, by the way, have gone through the one funnel way challenge? I'm curious how many of you guys have done that process? Yeah. I asked Shane, who runs the One Funnel Way Challenge, last night. I said, how many people, since we started this thing, have actually gone through the OFA challenge? And he told me there's over 52,000 people have gone through it over the last 2 years, which is insane, and it's amazing. So it's been a huge catalyst for our company. It's changed so many people for so many reasons, and I want to kind of walk you through some of those things right now just to help set up why these are so important, why we love them so much, okay? And so one thing that we realized when we did the very first challenge, and I'll introduce you to the person. Natasha Hazlett was one who first told me about the challenge. She did it, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But she did this challenge, and she walked us through, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to change everything for us. And so we ran our very first challenge. What was interesting, we found, we took the very first group that went through, this is probably, 2.5 years ago. We had about 5,000 people went through the challenge the very first time. And what was interesting is that, obviously for me and for most of us, we have a lot of things out there. We're publishing podcasts and videos and YouTube ads and we're doing books and all this stuff that's going out there, right? And so people are finding you different spots. And sometimes people find you at one level and sometimes find a different level, and people are coming to ClickFunnels and everyone's starting at different tiers and different levels, and it was confusing. And some people had no idea what an offer was. Some people were amazing. And it was so hard to help everybody because everyone was coming in a different ground. And what happened after we did the first One Funnel Way challenge is everyone came through, and for 30 days we went through this challenge process where they had a chance to learn our lingo, to get to know me, to get to understand the core concepts and all the philosophies and the things that are important to be successful with funnels. And it took all of the cold, unwashed masses, took them through a process. By the time they came out of the challenge, the people who came out the other side of it literally became my dream customers. Okay, but it gave us the ability to get everyone on the same page so that when they ended the One Funnel Way challenge, they started using ClickFunnels. Now they started at a different level. They all understood they were able to start running very, very quickly. Okay, and what's insane, if you look at all the data from the 52,000 people that have gone through the challenge, and then how they use ClickFunnels later, how much longer they stick, how much better customers are, how much more money they make, how much more often they are to hit the 2cclive club. All those things happen, and the One Funnel Way challenge is this huge lever that shifts people. Okay, and so for us, it became this big, huge part of our business. In fact, if you look at our value ladder, literally, we have all of our front-end funnels for different books and things like that we bring people into initially. But then as soon as someone comes in that, immediately we try to push them into the One Funnel Way challenge. Okay, and this takes people all different levels, all different places, really come to. They go through this process, and now we come on same playing ground. They come out the other side, and one of 2 things happens. Either someone goes to the One Funnel Way challenge and I hate Russell, he talks too fast, I don't like this guy, and they disappear and they leave and never have to deal with them again. Or they go through the process, and the end of it, like I said, they come out the other end, my dream customer, and now I introduce them to my value ladder, and they just come through and they have more success at every single tier along the way. Okay, so that's why this challenge has been such a big thing for us, and we've been so consistent with it. We've been doing it twice a month now for the last 2 years, and it's been huge. And it all came initially from a conversation I had with Natasha Hazlett. Now, Natasha, she's been in my inner circle for even before it was called Inner Circle. We had a different mastermind group she was in back then. And it's been fun. I watched her in her business having successes, having ups and having downs like all of us do. And I remember that on the backside of her getting motivated and getting excited, she wrote this book. And she launched a book funnel, like we talked about earlier, saying for some reason it wasn't working for her, it wasn't getting traction. And so she was kind of frustrated. And out of frustration, she's like, instead of just selling my book for free plus shipping, I'm going to sell a challenge and I'm going to give people my book for free. And she did this process and it changed everything for her. And then she walked me through the process and I was like, oh my gosh, this is huge. And that's when we implemented into ClickFunnels. And so a couple of years ago, I asked Natasha to come speak at Funnel Hacking Live. She also brought Christy Nickel, who you guys are going to love. Christy is one of her students who went through this process as well, and now has gotten the 2cclive X Award all through her challenges, which is exciting. The other crazy thing about this is Natasha was pregnant in this video with twins, and 72 hours later, she actually gave birth to her babies, which is crazy. Somehow she was able to come on stage, deliver the presentation, and it was amazing. So that's some of the background about this presentation. This is going to give you guys the overall concept of a challenge funnel, how it works, and when we come back afterwards, we'll have a quick workshop, and then we'll break for the night. So with that said, I want to show you guys this presentation on challenge funnels from Natasha and Christy.
Well, if you would, get on your feet and welcome to the stage, Natasha Hazlett and Christy Code Red Nickel.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Nashville. Thank goodness y'all decided to come to my new hometown. Are y'all having a good time? Awesome. Y'all are an amazing, amazing crowd. And I have to tell you that this is one heck of a moment. And this moment was made possible really by two important people in my life. The first one is someone y'all may know, a fella named Russell Brunson. And I want to thank Russell because, yes, he has taught my husband Rich and I amazing ninja marketing strategies, but it wasn't the ninja marketing strategies that really made the difference. What really made the difference was his belief in me in the lowest parts of my journey. In the deep, dark moments, he saw the greatness within me and within Rich, and that is what kept us going. And the second person that I want to recognize is someone that honestly should be on stage with me right now. It's my husband and business partner, Rich Hazlett. Rich, what you're about to see, he is gracious enough to allow me the spotlight in this moment, but really everything that you're going to see, all the success that we've had and that our clients have had is because of Rich and I working together. So y'all give it up for Rich Hazlett. And I have to tell you that I was about this close from not being here today. And no, it's actually not because I'm almost 37 weeks pregnant with twin boys. That's not the reason. I want to take y'all back, and we want to get, I don't have much time, so I want to get really real, go deep, fast. Are y'all good with that? All right, let's go deep. The reason why I was almost not here was back in March of 2016. Rich and I were in our kitchen and we were having a conversation. And by having a conversation, I mean I was crying hysterically. And I told Rich I was done. That's it. I don't want to be in business anymore. And at this point in time, we'd been in business together for 10 years, had a multiple six-figure business, impacting thousands of lives. And my tank was empty. And I was at rock bottom. And in that moment, I didn't want to inspire anyone. I didn't want to coach anyone. I was depressed. I was clinically obese. I was 210 pounds on a 5'5" frame. And things were really bad. And I remember in that moment, Rich looked at me and he asked me the question that he always asked me in these deep, dark moments that I would have occasionally on the entrepreneurial road. He said, Natasha, what about your calling? And that usually did the trick. That would snap me out of it. But in that moment, I looked at him and I said, God called the wrong girl for the job. I am not capable of doing this big thing. He picked the wrong girl. And so I realized things were pretty bad. And so then he asked me the follow-up question. Funnel Hacking Live is next week. What are you going to do? If you're going to quit your job and go back to your full-time law practice, like, what are you going to do about your Funnel Hacking Live tickets? And there was something in that moment that told me, you've got to go to Funnel Hacking Live. There's something for you there. And I tell you this story, and Russell asked me to tell you this story because I remember walking into Funnel Hacking Live 2016. Who was there in San Diego with me? How many of y'all? All right, 1,500 people. I remember the music was pumping. Everyone was going crazy. The energy was off the hook. And I felt so freaking alone in that moment. I was smiling on the outside, but I was crying on the inside. This is what I looked like at that point in time, a couple months before. But I went to that event on a wing and a prayer that something would reignite my entrepreneurial flame so I would stay in and stay into the business. Well, by day number 3, I was starting to lose hope. And then out walks Marcus Lemonis, and he asked one life-altering question. He said, what is something that you've never told anyone, and how does that affect your business? And in that moment, I had an epiphany. I hate myself. And that shocked me. I'd never thought those thoughts before. But the reality was, when I looked at myself, I literally hated the person staring back at me. And how did that affect our business? Well, it affected everything. I didn't want to do webinars. I didn't want to get on stage. I didn't want to coach anyone. I wanted to be invisible. And in that moment, I made a decision. The decision that changed my life. I decided I wanted to love myself. And I have to tell you, I want to pause here on this concept of a decision. The word decision comes from the Latin root decidere, which means to literally cut off. There are no other options. And the reality is, my friends, this world is filled with dabblers and triers. But the people that you see up here on stage, they're the deciders, they're the doers. Be like those people. Make the decision. Take action. Don't allow yourself any other options. It's made all the difference in the world. It's the reason why I'm here standing before y'all today. So I made the decision I wanted to love myself, and then I realized that my very first step was getting rid of all the weight that I had piled on, because my weight, for me, it was a physical manifestation of the self-hatred that I had. And so I finally wrote, I was literally, y'all, in the airplane about to take off. I probably still had my phone on long after I was supposed to. And I hit send, sending a message to the hardcore nutrition coach that I had been Facebook stalking for about 3 months. And this is the exact message that I sent to her. I said, all right, Christy, let's do this thing. After what seems like a lifetime of self-sabotaging with food, I'm ready to be the person, the woman that God created me to be. I was in her office the next morning at 8:30 a.m. I started that program, her custom program, that week. And 5.5 months later, I lost 55 pounds. It has a little bit of a different dramatic effect nowadays. But that's what I looked like before I got pregnant with twins. That set off a process that I've dubbed unbecoming. So the concept of unbecoming is based on a quote. It says maybe the journey isn't about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming all the things that were never really you, so you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. It's powerful, right? Through the unbecoming journey, I found myself. And I learned some really cool things in the process, and I felt the urge to write a book. So I wrote my very first and only book, Unstoppable Influence, Be You, Be Fearless, Transform Lives. Now, as marketers, we're thinking, all right, this book needs to be in the hands of millions of people. What are we going to do? Well, at the time, we had free plus shipping funnel. That's what everyone was doing. But I started to do the numbers and the cost of printing and shipping and handling, which I didn't even realize the handling thing was like a real thing. I just thought that was like extra money that they put in. The fulfillment companies actually charge you to handle your stuff, by the way, just PSA. And so I didn't love the number. We weren't loving the number. So what were we going to do? Well, we came up with this idea for a 21-day challenge. The Unstoppable Influence 21-day challenge for becoming the fearless influencer you were meant to be. This was going to be an experience, something totally different. This was a way, here was what our plan was. We're going to bring people into this challenge for $47. At the end of the 3 weeks, I'm going to do a perfect webinar because I love the perfect webinar. Who loves the perfect webinar? Man, I was one of the first people Russell taught the perfect webinar to. True story. I love the perfect webinar. So we do that. We'd sell a $9.97 product. And then we give the people that bought the $9.97 product a ticket to a live event that we hold annually. At that point, they would be introduced to our high ticket offer. And then Rich comes in and lays on the gold. He's like, Natasha, why don't you give them a copy of your book? I'm like, oh, that is good. We were going to sell it for $7.95. If we're selling it for $47, that's going to make all the difference. That's awesome. So that's what we decided to do. Now, before, we were running ads like everyone else was, straight to a webinar. We had an 18% show-up rate. What happened to the days of 30, 35%? Those are gone, right? I had a 4% close rate on the $9.97 offer, which was horrible because I'm actually good at the perfect webinar. I was closing 25 to 35% with the exact same presentation on stage to a cold audience. So we had to do something different. With the challenge webinar, by placing this in the third week of our challenge, we had 2/3 of the challengers register for the webinar. We had a 50% or more show up rate. I was closing 20 to 25% on our $9.97 offer on the webinar. We were doubling our total purchases on the replay. In fact, just last week, I tripled the total number of purchases on the replay. That is how powerful this model is. Yeah. So let me give you some quick, fast challenge funnel facts, and then I'm going to give you all some challenge gold. Sound good? All right. So Russell loves this stat. 82% of the people who completed our challenge assignments in the very first challenge bought our $9.97 offer. Yes, we give people actual assignments. We want them to do the work. We did over 100 grand in revenue on our very first challenge. I was hoping maybe we could get 100 people on the challenge, and we had 25 people that already had guaranteed access. So all we really needed was 75 to hit the goal. We had over 400 people flooding in. Yeah. So I had to quickly learn how to get a fulfillment company and all that, because I was actually putting all of the books together in the mail myself. That didn't work very well. We have over a year, it's been about a year now, over 12.39% of all the $47 challengers ascend to our $9.97 product. Yeah, and over 60% of our audience at our annual live event, plus our post-event web class, ended up, they were our $9.97 clients, and that led to over $400,000 in high ticket sales. So how many of y'all want to learn how to do a challenge? Yeah? All right. A few more fun numbers. Average cost to acquire a challenger on Facebook, because my husband's awesome, $44.96. Average cart value, about $67. Our order book conversion, which by the way is the digital and audio of the book, converting at 37%. And here's the beautiful part. Our lifetime value of a challenger, because we've had a year now to look at this, is over $350. How many of y'all would like to, if you gave me $44.96, would like me to hand y'all $350 back? Yeah? All right, this is why this is so powerful. And we hit the 2cclive in around 10 months because of the challenge funnel. And we're changing lives. So you truly are one funnel away, and I would argue you're one challenge funnel away. So here we go. Y'all ready? I'm talking fast, and baby A is right up in my lungs. I promise I won't pass out. If I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because baby A is making his presence known. All right. Challenge goal number 1, the topic has to be simple and believable. Please do not tell people that they're going to make 100 grand in 30 days. They're not going to believe you. Okay? So ours is 21 days to becoming a fearless influencer, 21 days to unleashing your limitless potential. And even more than that, on day number 1 of the challenge, I shorten the measuring stick and I say, if I give you one life-altering shift, like your life will never be the same ever again, would that be worth $47 to you? And everyone says, yes. So now all I got to do is give them one life-changing shift. Well, y'all, that happens in day number 2. Done. And then they get a lot more. We tried with one of our clients, because we help a lot of people with their challenge funnels. She wanted to do 14 days to finding your purpose. God, so sexy. No one believed it. No one believed it. So make sure that it's believable. And if you make that promise, you better get them those results and don't hold back. Give them all you got. The timing, 14 to 30 days. More than 30 days, people don't want to spend that much time with you. They love you, but they're not going to stay that long with you, all right? Less than 14 days, like people, when I started telling the challenge concept, they're like, oh, Natasha, I love this challenge concept. I'm going to do a 3-day challenge. I'm going to do a 7-day challenge. This is the perfect indoctrination sequence, okay? I hate saying that phrase, indoctrination, but that's what it is. And with that, people have to have time to get to know you and know one another. So don't rush it. The pricing, $37 to $97. A lot of people say, I know I'm going to have a 7-day free challenge. If you hate money, have a free challenge. All right? Because the reality is that people need to have skin in the game. Right? They got to have some skin in the game. If they do, they will show up. If they show up, they will take action. If they take action, they will get results. If they get results, they're going to want to move to the next stage of your value ladder, right? Yeah, that's right. No free challenges. Okay? All right. And here's the thing. It's not just us that this is making a huge difference in our life, in our business, in our clients' lives. I want to introduce y'all to a dear friend and longtime client of ours, Heather. She is a top in a direct sales company. She's also in the personal development space. Her challenge topic is to learn how to set goals. The timing, 14 days, $47 offer. At the end, she does a perfect webinar to $997 offer. All right. Now, I want you to meet Heather's amazing, legendary husband, Larry Quizzle. Okay. Larry was a legendary wrestler at Boise State. He actually, he wrestled with Russell at Boise State. And in the fall, this 41-year-old exceptional athlete passed away suddenly, leaving Heather a widow and mom of 3 young kids. And I remember one conversation with Heather shortly after Larry passed away, and she said, "I'm the provider now. Like that's on my shoulders." And I said, "You got this, girl. Like you got this." We were able to turn on Heather's challenge funnel machine that we had built. And let me tell you what happened when we turned on her challenge funnel machine. $38,000 in ad spend brought over $100,000 in front end revenue. That's 77 grand in profit on the front end. She made another like $42,000 in sales at the end of the challenge. She ends up profiting $120,000 from one challenge. Yeah. Do you think that Heather felt like in that moment if she was going to be okay? Everything was going to be okay because she had built this challenge funnel machine. That is how powerful this concept is. And I'm so excited to introduce to you right now someone else that has done a very powerful challenge funnel that we helped design. The woman that helped me take my life back, I was able to give back to her, and I can't wait for you to meet her. She's amazing. Let me bring out Christy, Code Red Nickel.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Wow. The clock is already ticking. Sit down. I got to get going here. Oh my gosh. You guys, I got to tell you, I don't know anything about funnels. I'm not kidding you. I don't know how to build them. I don't know how to tweak them. I don't know how to turn them on, turn them off. I just don't know anything about funnels. I barely know how to log into my ClickFunnels account and check how much money I've made. I think this might come as a big relief to some of you, knowing that maybe you're intimidated, maybe you don't know how to build a funnel, but you know how to do whatever you do well. And that's totally cool, because I'm living proof that you can kill it in a saturated industry, even though you don't know how to build funnels. So there are people out there that do that. Don't worry about it. Little background on me. I was raised poor in northern Idaho. My dad was a cop and a minister. Talk about a fishbowl life. And we just had no money growing up. No money. I was raised on a big farm. No money growing up. So when I graduated high school and I wanted to go to college a little early in my 20s, I didn't have anybody to help me. I mean, college is expensive. I didn't know how I was going to make it. So I became a professional boxer. Yeah. Like a legitimate professional fighter, 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, 6-ounce gloves, just ha, just ha. I fought over the next 8 years in 15 professional fights, 2 world titles, 7 knockouts, 154 pounds. Yeah. Boxing brought me a lot of great things, and what it did, it got me my own show on MTV. I was featured on numerous publications and TV shows, and I landed myself in New York City as a celebrity trainer. So that, boxing's a nasty sport, but it was good for me. It did a lot of great things. Problem was, I decided to leave New York and move back to Idaho, put down some roots in Boise. And even though I was a top-level athlete, elite-level athlete, I was starting to get fat. And I was training like 3 hours a day. And I'm like, why am I getting fat, right? Well, I did a little research and I found out that I was fat because of the I was shoving in my pie hole. It didn't matter how much I exercised. It didn't matter. I was just, so I changed my diet. I lost a bunch of weight, and I created the Code Red lifestyle because I wanted everybody to feel this freedom. It levels the playing field for everybody. No matter who you are, you can lose weight. So what did I do? I got myself a little office in Boise, and I'm like, I'm going to change the world one client at a time. And I didn't know any other way, you guys. I didn't know any other way. So I created this nutrition program that worked really well, but I was only able to do one client at a time. So in walks Natasha. As you guys know, she lost 55 pounds in 5 months. Shortly into our relationship, she says, hey, listen, I got to talk to you. You got something really special here. You're special. You've got something special. The world needs to hear what you have to say. You need to let me help you a little bit. So she completely restructured Code Red. I started picking up speed, started getting a lot of attention, different publications. Everybody started hearing about how easy this is and featured on different TV shows. Pretty soon I started partnering up with GNC. Costco started getting on board. Employees were getting hope and healing from the program, which is so super simple and easy. Gyms and doctors' offices started outsourcing their nutrition to me. Corporations started getting on board. People were getting healthy. People were losing weight. It was really super awesome. Schools were getting on board with the Code Red lifestyle. We had police officers, police departments getting on board. Hotels started carrying my book. I mean, this was just really huge. All because of Natasha, all because of the challenge funnel that we're talking to you about. And then what we noticed were little pockets of people were starting to form, right? Like little communities, little tribes of people were forming all without me, just on their own, wanting to be around each other, which is what you want for your movement. You want people to start forming without you because they want to be around each other. And that's whatever you create, that's what you're looking for. And that's what we noticed was happening with Code Red. So come on out. Waddle on out here, Natasha, poor thing.
All right, let's dive. Y'all want to see the Code Red 2cclive challenge funnel? All right. All right, so obviously Christy is in the weight loss industry. I am a body by Christy, well, before. Lose 10 pounds in 30 days, totally believable, $47. The offer at the end of the challenge is $997, custom program, and then she also has thrown in a $247, a little bit different than what we usually do. We usually only do one offer, but she's doing it with two. She has a 10% that buy or $997 offer, and our lifetime customer value right now is at $181. And y'all, that's without a high ticket offer, so it's only going to go up from there. Now, here's the craziness. After hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend, she is converting on her sales funnel page at 14.4%, which is crazy, right? I like to think this is probably partially due to the Mohawk effect. And also a lot of social proof, a lot of Facebook, a lot of before and after. So any social proof that you can do would be awesome. Her June challenge stat, she had about $32,000 in ad spend, $226,000 in front end revenue. Yeah. And then she made the $444,000 at the end of the 30-day challenge. And y'all, she doesn't even do a perfect webinar. She just says, buy the custom program. Yes. Right? Her most recent challenge that just wrapped up, $118,000 in ad spend and $322,000 on the front end. Who wants to do a challenge now? Yeah? So let's talk about the challenge structure.
Yeah, so a $47 entry fee, that gets you the materials that a person needs to go through the challenge. That's going to get the incentive gift. I always offer the incentive gift to all participants. I read my own book on audio. That's pretty cool. And so we offer the digital, the audio as an order bump. We offer the challenge starter pack, which is a few Code Red items to help you get started. And of course, the digital training, we created there's a lot of people that deal with emotional eating and Code Red and grief and different things. So we offer some digital courses as the OTO as well.
Awesome. So here's some additional challenge structure gold. Number one, we use Facebook groups. Why? Everyone's on Facebook. People are used to it.
Actually, Natasha, we've had, of the thousands of people we've had come through the program, I think that we have only had 12 people that don't have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just make up I don't care if it's Jessica Rabbit, just make up something.
Right.
Get on Facebook, join us.
Right. Yeah. I mean, everyone's on there. So just keep it simple. Do a Facebook group.
Yeah, so this is really important, you guys. During the 30 days, I come to them every single day with a training. Because my views on weight loss are so different than everybody else's, I take the 30 days to train them and teach them why we believe what we believe is Code Red Rebels. You have to. So you've got to deliver something. And also to make, if this seems daunting to you to come live every single day, I do use a program called OneStream.live, and you upload your video to it, and then it streams it live at the time you tell it, and it makes it look like you're live. So I was able to be in Europe and still be having the challenge. But it's really important that you train your people every day, give them a lot of value.
Yep, and to show up live.
Yes.
You also want to encourage the challenge alumni to rebuy. Okay, this is what I've dubbed the invisible continuity funnel. So what we did with Christie's is she gets these 2 awesome magnets that you put on your refrigerator so you won't eat bad food.
They have a Christie saying on them, you know, something like "Ain't nobody getting out of the rules," which you're not.
Right,
So,
and a wristband. And here's the thing: people. The reason I got this idea for her funnel, and we do the same thing, is you remember like McDonald's had those collector's cups, like and you'd want to go and get all the collector cups. Or when I was in the Beanie Baby market, I loved to go. I was driving around town when I was young, looking for them Beanie Babies. Like people want to collect,
and they collect them, Natasha. They wear them like tribal bands. Yeah, they don't even need to lose weight. They want to be in the challenge again for that stupid band.
I know, it's unbelievable. And you know, I just found out that someone had joined our challenge 8 times. 8 times at $50. I mean, that is a powerful continuity funnel.
Yeah, so we'd also offer a piece of swag. It's something that I design, and it's something that I come up with, and everybody can have a piece of swag. They're different for each challenge. And what we do is we offer according to, oh, I just hit it. I just hit it again. Oh, I just hit it again.
The green one.
Oh, sorry, guys. So a different piece of challenge swag per time of the year. And this is what we offer. It's a good little income bump, 40, 50, 60 grand. Nice little bump. Okay.
So now Christy is going to share with you the behind the scenes of her rise to 2cclive. Y'all take notes.
I know that we say, well, I'm supposed to have 7 minutes for this. Shoot. We say, you know, you're only one funnel away, and I totally agree with that. Obviously, the challenge funnel has completely changed my life, but there's a little more to that than this, and this is what I think a few things that you need to implement. Hard work ain't enough. I'm here to tell you I'm a hard worker. My dad's a disciplinarian. He raised us girls tough. I got up at 4 in the morning. I milked cows in 30 degrees below zero at 10 years old. I know hard work. So then why was I on Idaho State food stamps? Why was I standing in the food bank line when I had my own show on MTV? Because hard work ain't enough. You got to have a good team. You got to have a good, whatever your product is, and you got to have good systems in place. You have got to look the part. You've got to be a product of your product. All right, what kind of an impression would that have made if I would have walked out of here saying I'm the greatest weight loss expert and I'm fat? You'd have been like, yeah, Christy, whatever. Psh, ain't working for you. Exactly. Look, if you teach an online Bible course and you're out at the club grinding up on some dude, that's not very Christ-like. Come on. You know, I'm telling you, if you're a life coach and you got a restraining order against you, and you got 4 different babies with 4 different daddies, you got to be a product of your product. Get your poop in a group. Get your poop in a group, all right? Some of you guys are in the fitness industry. You better be ripped. You better be lean. You got to be a product of your product. You absolutely must. Listen, we've all been through crap, all right? I was molested when I was a kid, totally screwed up a portion of my childhood. I was beat up at 18 years old for 9 months, was with this guy who beat me up, left me bleeding and unconscious on the ground. When I came to, I was able to crawl my way through to safety. We have all been through crap. We can pass around this microphone and you can tell me the crap that you've been through. Stop using it for a crutch. Get past it. Get past it. You're going to have to get your house in order. You're going to have to get your house in order. Look, I'm not going to look at anybody specific, but there's a lot of people in here. You got to lose some weight. You got to get your health in order. All right, you need to get to bed on time. You need to drink your water. And you need to quit binge watching Game of Thrones. Get up. Get up. Get up and get a bra on. Do your makeup and do your dishes. For crying out loud. How are you supposed to bring value to the marketplace when you're living in a pigsty? I don't know why I can't create good content. You're living in a pigsty. Get up. Some of you guys. I got 3 hours of sleep last night. That's not cool. Start taking care of yourself. I'll tell you what, my business coach is James. He's sitting right here. And I totally bombed a sales pitch last month. I did, you guys. I've never sold from stage. I don't know how. I've never been taught. I don't know anything about it. And I came to my meeting with James. I should have walked away with like 70 grand, walked away with zero. I said, James, I can't freaking believe it. I mean, oh my God. He said, Christy, knock it off. All right, it's over. We know what you did wrong. You know how to fix it. So just get past it. Done. Stop crying over the crap that you screw up. I promise you, like we say in boxing, you're gonna get hit. All right, you're not going to get out of that. You're going to get hit. You will fall down, I promise. Not in boxing. That we don't say that part in boxing, but you are going to fall on your face. You are going to fall down. I promise you. If Rachel tells me, I don't know where Rachel is. Rachel runs my ads. Hey, Christy, you got a crappy ad. You got a crappy ad. It's not converting. What am I going to do? Cry? Hey, turn it off, Rach. Turn it off. I'll make another ad. Who cares? You're going to have to take risks, you guys. I borrowed $100,000 to get my business started, to write my book, to hire my coach. I'm not saying that you have to. I just had to. I hired my sister. She's my number 2, and she's an RN with an MSN. Boy, she didn't come cheap. So I had to take a risk. I had to step out and take a risk. You are going to have to take a risk. Stop sitting there saying, I can't afford it. You can't afford not to. Like, knock that crap off. Like, come on, you know? I'm telling you right now, you don't got this. Well, I got this. No. You don't got this. You think I would ever go into a meeting with James and argue with him? He knows. I don't know. Your advisor knows. You don't know. They know. You don't know. Then you got to listen to your team, listen to your advisors. Come on out, Natasha. They know what they're talking about. They're trying to help you. Stop. Well, see, that's the thing. You would be making millions and reaching millions if you knew. You don't know. Listen to your team. They're trying to help you. You know, Rachel tells me, she's like, hey, I need a video from you right now. It needs to be 3 minutes long. It needs to be don't say this, say this. I get up right then. I get my hair and makeup done. I do the video for her. Right then I do it. Stop screwing around. Your team is trying to help you, and listen to them. Listen to every word they say.
How awesome is she? How awesome is she?
Thank you.
So, man, and I gotta tell you, like, rock star client. I mean, like, she takes action. She decides, she does, she takes action.
Yeah.
And
I'm 42 years old. I'm 42. Like, the time is now. It's now. I don't have any more time to waste, and neither do you. Neither do you.
That's right. That's right. And look at these, like when we look at these pictures of the tribes that we have built, and we look at the lives that have been impacted, and it's the ripple effect. Each person that you see in those pictures, and that's just a tiny little snippet of the thousands of lives that we touch. Those people are pebbles that create a ripple effect 1,000 times over. That is how powerful the challenge.
We would never be neither of us would be standing right here if it weren't for each. I'd be in my little office making no money, depressed. You would be you wouldn't be pregnant.
No.
No.
Well, I know that I've had a perfect pregnancy because of Christy and because of the things that she taught me. And the reality is that we needed each other.
Yeah, we're like this. We're like Bert and Ernie.
We are like Bert and Ernie.
Gosh.
I love her so much.
I love you.
So amazing. And y'all, we want you to have this kind of impact on your audiences. And so we want you to remember that you are just one challenge funnel away.
Yep, that's true.
Thank you.
Oh man, welcome back. Welcome back. Was that a fun presentation or what? I loved having Christy preach just at the end. It's so much fun. They have so much energy. It was great. All right. With that said, you guys, have you guys enjoyed day number 1 of 2cclive Live? Let me see your hands go crazy so I can see it. Awesome. We're going to break for the night. One request I want to make sure I talked about it earlier. If all of you guys could go to the Facebook group on your phone or whatever and just drop down the biggest takeaway. When we're in a live room together, we usually do questions and get that kind of feedback, which is super good for me. It's good for the other speakers. It's good for the community as a whole. Sometimes you'll hear something that somebody else didn't hear and things like that. So if you can spend 5 minutes right now before you leave, before you unplug, and just go to the Facebook group and comment your biggest takeaway, it would mean the world to me. It'd be super awesome. So we covered a lot of things today. I know that there's probably a little overwhelming. That's okay. Those things happen because I'm trying to cram as much stuff as possible into a 3-day period. But hopefully you got a lot of value so far from today. You learned about yourself as an entrepreneur. You saw the vision of the billionaire code and where we're going. You saw the value ladder. You saw your customer's yellow brick road. You started understanding how you need to create frameworks to plug into those yellow brick roads, right? You start understanding now each step of the value ladder has a different funnel. We talked about the funnels at the beginning of the value ladder, like the summit funnels. We talked about unboxing and cart funnels and challenge funnels. Okay, tomorrow we're going to go to the next step. We're going to start moving up the value ladder. Tomorrow we're going to spend some time going through webinar funnels and high ticket funnels. I'm going to show you guys behind the scenes of how those work as well. We're going to talk about hook, story, offer. I'm going to talk about what happens when you launch a funnel and it bombs. How many of you guys have ever launched a funnel and it didn't work? Yeah, that's a hard thing, right? What do you do? How do you fix it? What do you change? Like, what's the process? I'm going to show you guys my funnel audibles presentation about how you fix a funnel that's not working. Okay, we're going to go through a lot of cool stuff. Tomorrow, we're also going to have a chance together to watch the documentary, The 2cclive. It's about an hour long. It's going to be so much fun. And I want to watch that together as a community. And a couple reasons. Number one, when you come to Funnel Hacking Live, you have a chance to sit here and watch people come on stage. People tell me every single year the most motivational, most impactful thing that they experience is watching their peers, watching people sitting in the room around them get up, come on stage and get their award. Because they know that by next year, they set that as a goal and an intention. Next year, I'm going to be on stage there. Now, obviously, we can't do that here unless I flew like 300 people that won the 2cclive award in and give them all things. We'll be doing that at Funnel Hacking Live. But the next best thing is this new documentary. This is going to be the worldwide premiere of it. I want to do it here amongst our friends. So we're going to watch that together. And then after the world premiere, I've got a presentation I've been killing myself on. It's going to walk you guys through the step-by-step process you need to go through to be able to get yourself in the 2cclive by this time next year. I think you're really going to enjoy that. And that's kind of the game plan for tomorrow. So make sure you block out the entire day. We do have one more bonus session tomorrow night as well, which is going to help you to understand not just the 2cclive. I think a lot of times we look at that as a monetary goal, but how do you have 2cclives worth of impact? And we have a special presentation tomorrow night after dinner as well to share about 2cclive of impact. I think you're going to love as well. So that's what's in store for tomorrow. It's going to be a full day. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure tonight you get a lot of sleep. I know for some of you guys it's like 4 a.m, depending where you are in the world. Some of you guys, whatever it is, make sure you get a lot of sleep, get some rest. We'll be starting in tomorrow at the same time, which is 9 Eastern, 9 Mountain. So whatever time it was today, 9 Mountain, which is 11 Eastern or 8 Pacific, and then wherever that is in your side of the world, hopefully you can do the math. But at the same time, we start today, we start tomorrow. I'll be kicking it off in the morning, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope you got a ton of value from today, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Don't forget to go to the Facebook group and post, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Bye, everybody.